Hi, I'm Tuesday Night from A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, and you are watching Psycho Rick.
For your darling, sleepless moon, don't dare let her tremble for the way it should.
Domestic violence. Domestic violence is a very horrible and somewhat tragic crime, where some have been lucky, others have been not so lucky. Which brings us to today's chapter about such a case that involved an upcoming MMA star and a very popular adult film star. Join me in this episode as we talk about the War Machine, Jon Koppenhaver. Jon Paul Koppenhaver was born November 30th, 1981 in Simi Valley, California. Growing up, Jon's life was pretty square, but had its ups and downs. The downs being him mostly being the man of the house because his father mostly worked as an LAPD officer and his mother neglected her motherly responsibilities due to a drug addiction. So he would end up mostly taking care of his younger sister and brother. When he turned 13, his father died, and he would have problems in school from time to time. One instance being him getting expelled from the Citadel, a military college in Charleston, South Carolina, for poor behavior back in August of 2000. But as time went by, Jon got into mixed martial arts, where he studied Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It started paying off when he gained a spot on the 6th season of The Ultimate Fighter, replacing Roman Matichian due to injury. And if you've seen The Ultimate Fighter, it was basically Big Brother on steroids. In the series, Jon was considered the least favorite of the bunch, mainly because he was mostly seen on the show as a meathead that loved to get drunk and constantly got into fights more than the rest. But that all changed on one episode where he opened up emotionally about his life growing up, and almost instantly, he became a favorite. In the tournament part of the show, however, he lost to Tom Spear by unanimous decision in the first round, but due to his popularity, was brought back for the finale, where he defeated Jared Rollins via TKO in the 3rd round, winning Fight of the Night and Knockout of the Night. Jon would go on to lose his next fight against Yoshi Yoshida in under a minute of the 1st round via submission. He was shortly released thereafter. So to make his way back up, he started fighting for smaller promotions in order to build his resume for another chance at the UFC. It was working great at first, but soon, Jon, now calling himself War Machine, started getting in trouble with the law. One instance being where he and a bouncer got into a brawl in February of 2008, where he received 3 years probation and 30 days of community service. Another instance would be in August of 2010, where he got into another brawl at a Point Loma bar. He was convicted of felony assault and sentenced to 1 year in jail, where he was released in 2012. After being released from prison, Jon ended up spending a lot of time vlogging on social media. He would be seen constantly posting some videos or inspirational messages on a daily basis. That was until around the spring of 2013, where for a few weeks, he went dark. Some people began to speculate he got in trouble again, but actually, it was quite the opposite. For around that time, Jon met and got into a relationship with Christy Mack, a 22-year-old who was making a huge splash in the porn industry. Christy had a penchant for dangerous bad boys, and War Machine fit that mold perfectly. They met on the set of Hustler magazine, where the two did an explicit photo shoot together. And around this time, Jon began fighting for Bellator. The relationship between Jon and Christy was mostly seen as puppy love. For as time went by, rumors of domestic abuse started flying, and eventually, Christy Mack left Jon in March of 2014. Though Christy Mack broke up with Jon, she wasn't completely able to get away from him. Because one night on August 8, 2014, Jon showed up unannounced and caught Christy in bed with another man, Corey Thomas. In a fit of rage, he attacked Thomas, breaking his nose, dislocating his shoulder, and biting him on the face before threatening to kill him if he went to the police. Agreeing not to do so, Corey left, leaving a defenseless Christy Mack with an enraged Jon Koppenhaver, where for the next 2 hours per se, Jon sexually assaulted and beat Christy to a bloody mess, where according to her hospital records, she suffered 18 broken bones to the face, a broken nose, 12 missing teeth, 3 broken ribs, and a ruptured liver. War Machine was arrested 7 days later, where after a difficult trial, he was convicted of 29 counts of kidnapping and sexual assault, and was sentenced to life with a possibility of parole after 36 years. That meaning he won't be eligible for parole until 2053, and around that time, he'll be around 72 years old. Ever since then, Christy Mack has gone back to performing porn after months of reconstructive surgery, and Jon, well, during his time in prison, he got engaged to his pen pal, Ashley Farrington. This concludes today's chapter. I'm Psycho Rick saying until next time, happy reading. If you or anybody you know is in a domestic violence situation, always know that there is help out there. One place in particular is the National Domestic Violence Hotline. That's the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-7233. Remember, you're not alone.
For your darling, sleep as moon.